And we do have Dr. S. Jaishankar, Honorable Minister of External Affairs, Government of India. We would like to acknowledge Dr. Jaishankar's complete support to our efforts of putting this high-level roundtable together. Dr. Jaishankar is unable to join us today because of a Parliament commitment which just came in, but he has taken the time to record his address and share it with us. Honorable Minister of External Affairs, Dr. S. Jaishankar.
Mr. Mohammad Nasheed, Speaker of the People's Majlis, Republic of Maldives. Mr. John Forbes Kerry, United States Special Presidential Envoy for Climate. Honorable Vera Mori, Minister for Environment Conservation and Climate Change, Papua New Guinea. Lord Goldsmith, Minister for Pacific and the Environment at the FCDO UK. Dr. Ajay Mathur, Director General TERI. Distinguished fellow speakers, ladies and gentlemen. I'm happy to be here to address the roundtable on rebooting green growth. I must also compliment the outstanding work done by the Energy and Resources Institute, TERI, over the years, and also their efforts in bringing together such diverse and distinguished speakers for this 20th edition of the World Sustainable Development Summit. After a year of the pandemic, we are now seeing optimism around us. COVID-19 may have devastated the world economy, causing immeasurable damage. Millions have lost their jobs and many have been pushed back into poverty. India too has seen immense damage done to the economy and the livelihoods of people. But there is good reason for hope. Vaccinations have begun. World economies that were brought to a halt are now slowly picking up. India is projected to grow at over 11% next fiscal. But what is important for the world as much as India is that this growth must be as green as possible. Now, do we have the capability and confidence to ensure that? There are lessons from the COVID experience that we need to reflect on. Initial shortages of masks, PPEs, ventilators, etc. were met by ramping up production levels. The same was done for pharmaceuticals and now for vaccine production as well. In fact, this is an example of strengthening a sector even in the midst of a pandemic. India can play an important and positive role here, and we intend to do so. To date, we have supplied over 23 million doses of vaccines to 20 countries in our neighborhood and beyond. All of you would agree that climate change is a key global challenge. India is clearly a leader in climate action. Addressing this challenge requires us to evolve a comprehensive approach which covers education to values and from lifestyle to developmental philosophy. We need global awareness to bring about behavioral change. Respect for nature, the judicious use of resources, reducing our needs, and living within our means have all been important aspects of both India's traditions and its present-day efforts. As Prime Minister Modi has said, respect for nature is an integral part of our culture, and protection of the environment comes naturally to us. We, the present generation, have the responsibility to act as a trustee of the rich natural wealth for future generations. Among G20 nations, India is on track to meet its climate change mitigation commitments. We currently have the fastest growing solar energy program in the world. We have expanded access to clean cooking fuel to cover over 80 million households in need, which has led to energy saving of about 47 billion kWh per year and reduction of 38 million tons of CO2 per year. This is among the largest clean energy drives globally. The renewable energy installed capacity in India has grown 162% in the last 5 years. India's solar installed capacity has increased by about 13 times in last 6 years. Government has revised the target of grid-connected solar power projects to 100,000 megawatts under the National Solar Mission. Apart from domestic actions, India has now taken a lead in bringing together international coalitions and also helping other countries address this challenge. Let me speak about 4 such initiatives. 1. The International Solar Alliance, ISA, has become an example of how positive global climate action can be taken forward through partnerships. ISA provides a dedicated platform for cooperation among governments, multilateral organizations, industry, and other stakeholders to help achieve a common goal: increasing the use and quality of solar energy to meet energy needs in a safe, convenient, affordable, equitable, and sustainable manner, enhances energy security and sustainable development, and improves access to energy in developing member countries. It is among the fastest growing international organizations today, with 89 signatories. With plans to train thousands of stakeholders and promote research and development in renewable energy, the ISA will contribute to reducing carbon footprint. India has already committed $1.7 billion under lines of credit towards solar projects in various countries. ISA has recently launched 2 initiatives: a World Solar Bank and One Sun, One World, One Grid initiative of global import that are poised to be instrumental in bringing about a solar energy revolution globally. The proposed World Solar Bank would cater to the need for dedicated financing window for solar energy projects across the members of the ISA. At the 2019 Climate Summit, we also launched another important international initiative to make infrastructure disaster resilient, called the Coalition for Disaster Resilient Infrastructure, CDRI. 20 countries, including 10 from the G20, and 4 international organizations have already joined the CDRI. It is working to garner attention towards infrastructure damage during natural disasters, which especially impacts the poorer nations. In 2021, CDRI, which is co-chaired by India and the UK, will host its 3rd global event, which will be an opportunity to take stock of the progress as well as to give added impetus in the run-up to COP26. Government of India has already allocated $70 million to support the work of the CDRI. The India-UN Development Partnership Fund is another practical manifestation of climate action and sustainable development in the spirit of South-South cooperation. The fund, established in 2017, aims to contribute to the efforts of developing countries towards the realization of the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development Goals, including on climate action. The fund is supporting efforts in countries in the Pacific Islands, Africa, Caribbean countries, with provision of climate early warning systems, solar home systems, solar pumps, and projects to repair damage due to climate change induced by events such as hurricanes. The fund has already supported projects in 48 countries for various SDGs through a $150 million multi-year pledge by the Government of India. Also at the 2019 Climate Summit, India, along with Sweden, launched the Leadership Group on Industry Transition, LEAD IT, along with the World Economic Forum with the support of Stockholm Environment Institute in 2019 to boost climate ambitions and actions to implement the Paris Agreement. This initiative provides a platform for governments and the private sector to help develop low-carbon pathways for industry. Currently, the group has membership of 13 countries and 15 companies and is committed towards low-carbon industry transition. As we go into COP26 this year, there are several threats that need to be addressed. Climate ambition needs to go hand in hand with the framework for financial, technical, and capacity building support to countries who need it. It is equally important for countries to fulfill their pre-2020 commitments. Let me conclude here by saying that we look forward to more ideas coming out of the discussions today and tomorrow on how India can contribute and strengthen global efforts to address these challenges. Thank you very much for your attention.